Hello everyone. I have a gift. It's a gift that can change your life. We're going to talk about that next on
Papa Swag's words of wisdom and encouragement.
Welcome to the Papa Swag TV. My name is John Papa Swag Munsey, and on this channel we talk about how to overcome the challenges of life through Papa Swag's words of wisdom and encouragement. If that's something that's interesting to you, I encourage you, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel and you've enjoyed it and if you've been watching for a while and you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have you along and join our Papa Swag community.
It's time for Papa Swag's weekly word of wisdom.
This week's word of wisdom, I've got a gift here, is feedback is a gift. And we're going to talk about that in just a moment. I titled today's video, Criticism, How to Handle It. But instead of using the word criticism, we're going to use the word feedback. And let me just, where I got this word of wisdom from, there's nobody famous that I can attach it to, but about a year ago, I was in a previous job that I had, I was in a training to be a trainer. And one of the comments that was made is feedback is a gift. Most of us don't want feedback. We don't want criticism. We don't want to try to improve ourselves. But I want to talk to you a little bit about how we handle that feedback. And I have a gift here, and the first thing I have in this gift that they gave me is a hammer. It's probably the worst kind of feedback you can get, but sometimes you can learn a lot when somebody just hammers you and pounds you with negative words and negative thoughts about who you are. And sometimes, as human beings, the first thing we do is we clench up. We don't want to hear it, and sometimes within the pounding, sometimes there's some truth in what that person is saying, and sometimes we can take that and try to channel that into a positive and say, hey, even though the way that they approached it was not the proper way, there are some things that they've told me that I need to work on as an individual and as a human being. So the first gift, sometimes people will hammer you, and it may not be the right way to deliver feedback and criticism, and we're not talking about how to give it, how do you receive it on today's episode. And when you receive that information, you need to learn how to deal with it. And so you're going to get feedback. Feedback is a gift. That's this week's word of wisdom. Feedback is a gift. Sometimes people hammer it over you, and then there's other people. I don't have one of these, and I should have probably pulled one, but sometimes people like to cushion it. I'm not much of a soft touch person. I like to be straightforward and to the point, blunt, and be at it. But there's other people that try to sandwich it. They give you a lot of flowery words, and then they get you right in the gut. They're telling you how great a person is, and then the next thing you know, there's feedback to help you to improve as an individual, and then again to come back with those flowery words. So sometimes people do it that way, and even when you hear that little punch, you're like, okay, here's some more feedback to help me to improve my life. Okay, here's some flaws that I'm dealing with. What can I do to correct them? So once you receive a lot of the feedback, the next thing in the gift that we have, and you begin to make those corrections in your life and try to improve them. And none of us have arrived yet. None of us are perfect. The only perfect person that ever walked was Jesus Christ. And so the next thing, I have hand sanitizer. I'm going to put some hand sanitizer. I don't know if you can see that, hand sanitizer. Woo, well, got it on my floor. More clean floor. Ha, ha, ha. So I'm going to rub. And sometimes that feedback that we receive, the feedback is a gift. It begins to clean us up. It cleans us on the inside. There's some things that we've been doing wrong. There's some thoughts or ways of thinking that we needed to improve on. And so feedback helps to get us clean and helps to improve us or make us better people, better human beings, better on how we treat other people, better on how we deal with our family members and relationships that we're involved in. And finally, when we get this feedback, we get the final gift, and it's a gift that I've carried around for about 29 years. This is my wedding band. I don't know if you can see it. It's made of gold. And when we receive feedback, when we begin to apply that feedback and the constructive criticism and improve it, it makes us better people. It turns us into gold. We're transferring into gold as we receive feedback. So today's word of wisdom, this week's word of wisdom is feedback is a gift. Now we're going to talk about this week's word of encouragement.
Time for Papa Swag's word of encouragement.
So we got the gift of criticism or feedback is a gift. That's our word of wisdom. However, I just want to share with you, I want to encourage you. A lot of times when we receive feedback, when we receive constructive criticism, or sometimes when we're getting pounded over the head and hammered with criticism, we tend to clench up, we tend to not want to listen to it, we tend to become defensive. I want to encourage you, the next time somebody pulls you along, or they use the term, and I know this is a very popular term within the business or corporate America, when they coach you and try to point out that, hey, this is the right way to do it, you've been doing it the wrong way. So they call that coaching, and sometimes we need to hear that coaching. I want to encourage you, instead of becoming defensive, saying, no, I didn't do that, say, okay, thank you, you're allowing me to improve in my job, improve in my family, improve in my relationships, improve on how I handle other people, improve on how I speak, improve and know when I should speak and when I should not speak. So I encourage you, don't take feedback and become defensive with it and say, no, I don't do that way. None of us are perfect. We all can improve. And so I want to encourage you today on this week's episode of Papa Swag's Words of Wisdom and Encouragement, coming here from Papa Swag. I just want to encourage you. I want to get real close here to the camera. And I just want to encourage you. I want you to know you're an important person. You're valuable, and you can improve as long as you start to take feedback and constructive criticism and apply that into your life. You will see mass improvement. I don't know how you channel that energy. I don't know how you take that information, but sometimes you may need to get away and just cry. Something you may want to just take what people have told you and spend some time with God and pray and say, God, this person said this about me. Is it really true? And you may want to pray about that. Or you may want to just go and just meditate upon it and say, okay, this is a weakness. Somebody pointed it out to me. What can I do? How can I make a correction in my life? So the word of wisdom is feedback is a gift. I'm going to encourage you to find a way to start to make those corrections. I know that we're constantly growing as human beings. And then, so I'll encourage you, take that feedback and utilize it and channel it so that you become have a positive impact on those that you have relationships with. So finally, we want to just take some action with this week's Word of Wisdom and Word of Encouragement. That's going to come up next.
It's time to take action.
So we're on the portion of this week's episode, Take Action. This is the point that I want you all to take action. So what does that mean? So I've been sharing a little bit about we receive feedback. The word of wisdom is feedback is a gift. Once we get that feedback, I want to encourage you to take that feedback and begin to channel it, energize, so that you can improve yourself and grow as a human being, grow in your relationships with other people, grow in your relationships with your family members. And then I would like to hear, since we've been encouraging you to do this, please, on the comments below, make a comment on this week's episode, criticism, how to handle it. What are some ways you've dealt with feedback? And when you've received feedback, what are some positive changes you have made? I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments below. So, thank you for watching this week's episode of Papa Swag TV. If this is the first time you're here and you enjoyed this episode, and you would like to watch other episodes and you want to be notified, I would encourage you to hit that bell and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you're notified each time I upload a video. I'm uploading videos every Friday at around 5:30 a.m. You can follow me on social media. I'm at Papa Swag TV on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Papa Swag TV. I have a blog called papaswagtv.wordpress.com. And thank you for watching this week's episode. And remember, be encouraged. You were created to do great things, and I'm here cheering you on. Till the next video, have a great day.